Welcome back to the channel, folks. My name is John Bull. It's another main account Monday, and we are here actually recording on Sunday because, folks, it's the end of summer. I can't believe it. It's been a fun summer. It's been a good summer, but I just can't believe that it's already over. We really don't have a ton going on in the account, given that we have completed the Asgaurd fusion. There is a hero's path, but honestly, folks, these are the champion's got to be pretty wild for you to want to go and use all your resources, and he's not. He was just a guy I honestly am like, he looks kind of cool, and I'm gonna go for him. But this is not worth it. So we've just been passively grinding. We participated to some extent in that dragon tournament just to get a little bit of 3x speed gear, and during that time we've gotten a couple rewards. Now we do have a spider tournament that is also going on right now that is undead. Now I spent a good 15 minutes kind of going over a terrible team, honestly, that did not work because I don't have the reset champion, and we've moved some pieces around and taken some champions in and out and done all the good stuff, and ultimately we just couldn't make it work because one, I don't have this guy booked, and so this doesn't completely reset the ability, and I'm not really willing to book that champion, so it is what it is. But what we are going to do is we're going to go in here, and you guys have seen this team before, so I'm not even going to run it. But I am going to throw an Eric's in here, and then what I am going to do is I'm going to find a whole bunch of rare food. That is going to be Demon Spawn, Knights Rev, that whole Corrupted Alliance, basically that band of champions, and we're just going to make sure, go ahead and using those champions. See, the thing is, I don't know as many of these quite as well, I have to imagine. So we'll just go ahead and run this with food because there is also a pretty killer champ training tournament going on. And we'll just kind of 2-for-1 this. So, and we're not going for the skin. I think the skin would be way cool. If we have the chance to snipe it, we'll do that. But I think minimum we want to try to get to the book here. This stuff would be a very helpful reward, as we know the blessings is just the way that we progress our account basically the most. And we hoard these the best we can. So what were we able to do in the meantime? Well, we did go through in Curse City, and we just kind of sniped our way to Amius, and actually we kind of beat Amius on the first run, and this is the team, but realistically it just came down to these 3 champions. The Rhodos was pretty hard to kill once he kind of got charged up. Morrigan with the irresistible heal reduction, and then Sify just being resisting tank, keep the team alive and moving fast, and we tackled it, so I was pretty pleasantly surprised about that. So what I want to do, I believe, is I want to go through some of these, and then what I would also like to do is point out that we are in the most important Doom Tower rotation there is, and that is going to be the Dark Fae. So Dark Fae is going to be probably, it's not 40, I think it's 50, it doesn't matter, but either way, maybe 60. But the Dark Fae is definitely going to be a boss that everybody's going to want to hit. So I'm going to make sure I get my way all the way up there as fast as I can, so I can kind of give you guys some insight in what I do for my team. It's a difficult boss to fight, but it's not unbeatable. It is also a boss that I kind of concede and sometimes just know that my keys are very highly done run, but there's just every now and then you get, like, some of my champions have polymorph, and every now and then your champs get polymorphed and you die or whatever. It's not the end of the world. And we can see I actually built this guy up both of these guys up pretty well. So for the when I was trying to see if I could kill that spider. So let's go and see what kind of boss that we can do. But really what we're waiting for right now is, waiting for is the key, is that we know that there's going to be some events for this Thor event, or what, Thor and Odin event. I'm really hoping that they come out with a pretty killer guaranteed event for that, for Odin, because I have the voids for that, and I will 100% participate in that. We just need to make sure that we're fully prepared and that we have that ready to go. So we're just kind of sitting and waiting. I don't want to like overextend myself into any one particular event or anything like that, because I want to make sure that whatever events are there, I'm able to participate. I really learned from the Monster Hunter thing is like there were some events there that I wouldn't have mind participating in, but I just used all my resources for a variety of different things, and then I just really couldn't participate in as many of those, and they're limited champions, so I do have that FOMO, I guess, but I'm not going to go out of my way. If I have to spend $1 or $2 to make sure I'm in it, I'll do it, but it will never be a very big buck, is what I'm trying to say. So it's kind of crazy, the Cursed City, how it works, because, you know, I mean, I guess that this is some of my best champions, like these 4 in particular, but Eric's is built adequately. So these are some of my better built champions, but we just burn through these bosses. Like, I don't even really have to think. I just threw the team together, and I'm like, hey, you know who's going to be good together? Ancora and Narcissus. Like, who would have thought? Ha, ha, ha. But, all in all, this section of the Cursed City that I'm in, like, that's just how most of them go. Like, I don't have to put any thought into them, and I think that that's wild. But then you just get to certain stages that are just, I don't know if I'm there. Like, this one I can probably beat, I just haven't put the time in. What's the one that everybody gets stuck on? Is it this one? No. There's one with just, like, this is probably a tough one. That, like, I've almost gotten to the point, like, stuff like this, like who is supposed to beat that of this here? I don't know. And so I don't even try those. Like, it's not worth my time. I just go until it's, like, kind of stonewalling me, and then once it is, I'm just, okay, I'm done. But see, like, I just click here, I got 9, so I mean, I guess I'd probably put this, I don't even know if she has any gear on, but I do try to make sure I get those red stages, because those glyphs are going to be important, especially with Dark Fae coming up. Making sure you have all the mythical glyphs you possibly can have, it's going to be big. But we are sitting and playing the waiting game, which with an endgame account for me where I don't spend a ton of money, that's kind of what the game is, and which is why I'm thankful I have the Voids only account, because it gives me like something every day, because I'm like, if I'm not grinding every day, I fall behind. Here it's like, yeah, the people I'm falling behind are like the Krakens, but I just kind of use my multi-battles on whatever I want. But you know, I don't have to go and gem up a bunch of energy to make sure I'm topping every event or whatever. So it is what it is. So, and as you can see here, the only champ I would say of all of these that's like built well is the Newt. I guess I do use Molly in Hydra, so she has a adequate build. Tatura was a fusion I went kind of all in for, and at one point was built well, but I think we're way beyond those days. I think she's just a damage dealer, honestly, for me at this point. So, and she actually kind of smacks. I don't know if anybody's actually used her. She smacks pretty hard. So I think we haven't had this on our main account Monday yet, and that is just what a Doom Tower wave looks like. It's not going to be any huge surprise. It's probably similar to what most people have, but I don't have a reset champion, so I kind of use 2 to try to get through them. But luckily I have Emic, who is just, he's just so good. If you don't have an Emic, this team might not make it. I don't understand why we're trying to fight through the ally protect. I guess it's weak affinity, that's why. This is probably gonna get pretty ugly. I don't know. We'll just let it play out. I'm never like too worried about it. If I notice, I will sit and I'll click. But Molly. So how did? All right. Okay. I think if we can get past that. But then this guy revives, I believe, so we're going to have to try to get him going. He's probably the guy we should have tried to get rid of right away. And actually, if Morag was 6-star, that would probably help this run out tremendously, but... and she's still hitting. Maybe she is 6-star. Maybe that's the why she was in the thing, and I just haven't put the... because she's hitting pretty hard. That'd be way too hard if she was 5 stars, so. Okay, looks like we cleared it. The dog is once again crying and wants to go upstairs. So Walter is gonna get what he wants. And at the end of this, I am gonna be right back. 1 second. Okay. Dog taken care of. Okay, so that's just what a couple of those areas look like. Let's go in. And we'll kind of put a bow on the video here. So our Doom Tower reset. This gets me most of the way through Doom Tower hard. There are some things where it just starts to fail. But then I got a couple teams that are just a little tankier. They take a little bit take a little bit more time, but still gets the job done. And it's just is what it is. Siffy buffs, Emic buffs, decrease defense, weaken, seer strip, renegade reset. It's pretty straightforward. If you're endgame at all, you probably have something at least similar to this just to try to rip through the waves. And then once it fails, it typically fails more towards the top. I don't know, within the last 20 stages or so. Every now and then it will fail, and I'll find something else that works. Typically it's something using Nishak. She always burns through all the waves. But here we play the waiting game. Waiting game for the, I'm hoping Odin. I'm hoping Odin's like a guaranteed champion. I don't really particularly see a huge use for me in Loki, but we'll build him at least at some point. Otherwise, folks, that's going to be the whole video. Don't forget to comment down below. Do you think there's a certain area you would like to see me make some content on? Because basically everything's complete. So if there's something, it wouldn't necessarily be a guide as much as it would be a showcase of what I'm doing. And I would try to go into some detail. So if there's something that you would want to see on this account that you haven't seen yet, please comment that down below and let me know. It will really help me out with, you know, this is actually kind of one of the harder videos I make each week because I'm not really sure what to cover because everything's basically done. But don't forget to like and subscribe on your way out, folks, and I will see you on the other side.